Oh dear. Star Wars collectors, and welcome to another Bossk's Bounty video. And in this video we're going to be taking a look at the Star Wars The Vintage Collection Sabine Wren from the Ahsoka series. Now of course this is one of these deluxe boxes, windowless boxes that we have been used to over the last couple of years now. But this is the first time that we have seen the Ahsoka logo on anything for the Vintage Collection. It's certainly the first thing that I've had in hand myself, so it's worth looking at. And of course, I'm sure you've all seen the images of the figure and the glaring issue with the figure, which we will get into later on in the video. But I don't really want that to detract from the quality of the actual figure. Of course, the helmet is an issue, but I'm sure the figure's going to be pretty good anyway, because it looks to be a pretty good figure, and you do get some awesome accessories as well. And I just watched the most recent episode of Ahsoka about half an hour ago, and Sabine Wren wears the Mandalorian outfit in that episode, and she looks pretty cool. And this figure looks, you know, pretty close to that source material. Anyway, let's have a look at this box. So this is one of those windowless boxes. You can see on the side there another image of her without the helmet on, with her sort of purple hair. There she is holding the helmet under her armpit, and you get a Lothcat as well, which is awesome. There she is holding the lightsaber. On the back there you get another image similar to the front, and then you get this white window which tells you everything that you're going to be getting inside the packet. So there it is, the Vintage Collection logo, Hasbro at the bottom. Not really too much else to say about this, apart from that you do get the sunburst sort of effect on there, with another image of Sabine Wren with the helmet on this time. But that's about it for the packaging. Let's crack it open and take a look at the figure. Like most of these deluxe packs, the figure comes attached to a piece of cardboard with the accessories in a white waxy packet. Alright then, so here is Sabine Wren out of the packaging. Got her in a simple pose there for you, just holding both blasters. We've got the unlit lightsaber hanging from the belt, and overall I think the figure looks really, really good. Of course we are going to get onto the issue of this in a second, but just wanted to talk about the figure to begin with, because the paint apps on the figure are great. Somebody let me know in the comments section down below how much of this figure is new. Is she all new? Because I have tried to compare her against, say, Bo-Katan, which is obviously another female Mandalorian that we have, and to me it all looks different. So let me know if this is an all new sculpt. But in terms of the figure, as I say, the paint apps are brilliant. They really are vibrant, great colours. Of course, she is famous for her sort of spray painting and artwork and whatever. And in fact, you do get the little spray paint gun there, which I've actually put into the holster of one of the guns, because otherwise there isn't anywhere to put it. But it does fit in there quite nicely when you've got both of the blasters in hand. And if you look there, the blasters actually have paint apps on them as well. So that one's got a bit of yellow and that one's got a bit of blue. But you can really see all of the paintwork going on her armour there, on the front and on the shoulders. Obviously she's got that purple hair that she's famous for as well. But I just thought I'd put the figure in a quick pose here like I always do, and then we'll take a very, very close up look at the figure, look at the head sculpt, see how much of a likeness that she has to the actress that's in the show. But first of all, let's just take a look at some of the accessories that you get with this deluxe set. We'll start with the Lothcat, and I really do like this one. It's always good to get sort of creatures and world building items in the Vintage Collection, and I think they've done a really good job on the sculpt of this. It looks exactly like it did in the show to me, and this one's got like a sort of leopard print paint applications to it, which looks really, really good. There's the face look. I think that looks great, and it is articulated. The head does move. It's on like a little ball, I guess, there, so you get it's more of a swivel really, but you get a bit of range of motion on there. Nothing else at all though, because it's just too much of a small figure to have any other type of articulation. But it's a nice accessory to have to go with Sabine. You also get her shoulder bag or satchel, and there's some nice sculpting work going on the front of there. No paint apps to talk about really, but you know, is that the Rebel insignia there, badge there that she's got on there? You can see the straps going on the back and on the front. Yeah, it's just a nice little accessory basically. You also get a green lightsaber, which I believe is Ezra's lightsaber. Pretty sure that Sabine inherited that, and obviously that's the lit one. So a nice sculpt there. And there's the hilt version, which I've taken off of the belt, and it fits in absolutely perfectly. Really, really snug. with that little peg there. And here's her 2 side pistols or blasters that we saw earlier. One's yellow, one's blue. And yeah, I think they're pretty much the same that we've got with the other female Mandalorians, but with a little bit of paint on them basically. And here we have her little spray canister thing. Very tiny piece, just a silver piece of plastic basically. It reminds me of the comlink that you got with the Cloud Car pilot from the vintage Kenner days. Tiny little thing, often lost. Alright then, and here's a close-up look at the figure, starting with the head sculpt there, and I think they've done a pretty good job getting the likeness of the actress that plays Sabine Wren in the Ahsoka series. There's her purple hair, and from all angles I think it's pretty spot on. I think they've done a really good job as it goes. As we go down, you can see the really, really nice paint applications. You've got the Rebel insignia on her shoulder there, and then on her other shoulder, what's that? Maybe her Mandalorian clan insignia or something. Again, somebody will be able to tell me in the comment section below, but I just really love the colours of her armour. Really vibrant, and it doesn't stop there. She's got some paint apps going on her gauntlets, and if we turn the figure around, that paint application goes all the way on the back of the armour as well. There's her belt with the double holsters, and then she's got some nice paint apps as well on the shin guards of her armour, and the knee pads on this figure are separate to the knee, so they sort of are below the knee, which I know a lot of people seem to like instead of them being above the knee. So they've done that on this one. I think that's different to the other female Mandalorian figures that we have. In terms of the articulation, the head is on a double barbell, so you get lots of range of motion in there. Side to side, front back, swivel around as much as you want. And then we have ball hinges on the shoulders. They go all the way round, because her shoulder pads are attached to the top of the shoulder there, which are made of some soft vinyl plastic. We have a hinge at the elbow. Unfortunately, only a swivel at the wrist, and that's similar to other female Mandalorians that we've had. I think the wrists are just too small for them to do a hinge on them. We have a ball on the torso there. Loads of range of motion there. Let me just see if there's a waist swivel as well. No waist swivel. But she does have the barbell hips. She has the cut at the thigh. She has the knee joints with the pad at the top of the shin. And of course she has the rocker ankles. And if you're into peg holes, these ones are really good. You know, she goes on a stand really, really well. Alright then, so let's talk about the elephant in the room about this figure, because it is a bit of a shame, because the figure by itself is a really, really nice figure. If you're into the Rebels crew, you're going to want Sabine Wren in your collection. However, unfortunately, as you've seen by all of the glam shots, it's no secret that this helmet is just way, way too big. It's almost the size of a Black Series helmet. I mean, that's a joke, really. It's not. But, you know, in terms of the paint applications on the helmet, really, really nice. Lots of detail going on. Let's see if the rangefinder moves. It does. So it even has that articulated on the helmet. There's the other side. But it's just way, way too big. And it's a real shame, because I think they did say they can't make it any smaller for some reason, because of, like, minimum thickness of the plastics and things like that. But at the end of the day, if we just take Fett's helmet here, I mean, look at the size difference. If we just get the visors in line, or the bottom of the helmet in line, that is crazy. So let's just put Fett's on her head. Let's see if it fits, because she's got this hairpiece. We know that Fett doesn't, but she's got a tiny little head. Let's just see if this goes on. See, even that is too big, of course, but it's not as big and as bad as that. And that would have been much better had it been like that. I mean, we still would have probably complained because it's still too big, but that is the most out of scale I've ever seen, actually. And I think Emily actually mentioned it on a podcast that she was a guest of, that I think in the future all female Mandalorians are going to have swappable heads, because I just don't think they can sort of do this again. Basically, you know, it's pretty obvious when we saw those images that it was going to be way, way, way too big. And, you know, having the figure in hand, I can tell you it is way, way, way too big. But if you just want the figure without the helmet on, holding her blasters, then it's a really, really nice figure. Alright then, guys, so there's one more shot of Sabine Wren standing next to Bo-Katan, just to give you a bit of a, you know, difference in scale or what have you. Both female Mandalorians look pretty similar to me. However, as I said before, I'm pretty sure that Sabine Wren looks all new to me. Maybe there might be some shared parts on here, but it doesn't look like it to me. It looks like she's all new, as I said before. So let me know your thoughts in the comment section below. Of course, the helmet on this figure is going to be a big talking point It's unfortunate because apart from that, it's a really, really nice figure, and I'm going to be looking forward to getting all of the other figures from the Ahsoka show to go with her, and hopefully all of the figures from Rebels as well with the Ghost. So thank you so much for watching, everybody, and thank you to my Patreon supporters and channel members. Your support means a great deal to me as always. Thanks for watching, everybody, and we shall see you on the next one.